Hi guys, thank you for joining us. This is Fran from Ask Fran. We're on episode 6 of our vlog. Today we're going to be talking about what to eat when you're doing a ketogenic diet. And there's different ways of doing a ketogenic diet depending on what exactly is the purpose of you following a ketogenic diet. If you're following a ketogenic diet to heal yourself of something as severe as cancer, I would advise that you try a plant-based ketogenic diet. What that's going to mean is that we are going to focus a lot more on getting your proteins from plant sources as opposed to consuming animal byproducts. That's going to look like in terms of food into like avocados, almonds, walnuts, pine nuts. If you're doing a ketogenic diet for something like Lyme, then you'll be able to add things like healthy omegas like fish. Or if you're doing plant-based, something in the effect of like chia seeds would be the equivalent of that. We're going to talk about things to avoid. So we want to avoid things that are refined. We want to avoid heavy carbohydrates. Things like sweet potatoes are out of the questions, and yams. Being able to find a good source of fuel. So it's not that you're going to avoid carbs 100% because that's kind of impossible, but you're going to eat dark leafy green vegetables. We're talking about spinach and kale and green beans and asparagus. You're going to be taking advantage of things like mushrooms unless you're on an anti-inflammatory protocol. And those are going to be some of the go-to meals to nourish you as you go through this process. For me, starting this process was super hard, and I was really young. I wasn't really eating in a super healthy way, so I was missing things like a burger. So I ended up making like a walnut patty on a portobello mushroom bun. And I had zucchini fries because, of course, you know, I needed something that imitated fries, and I made a mayo aioli sauce. And that's something that I would be like my go-to. I would make like an avocado, and in my avocado pico I would do like cucumbers and white onions and very limited tomatoes. I would avoid many fruits except for berries. Berries were my go-to. During my first week of starting the ketogenic plan, I didn't really consume a whole lot of fruit. But then after I was in a safe level of ketosis, moderate ketosis, then I was able to start incorporating things like blueberries and raspberries and peach berries and unsweet acai with my like coconut yogurt for breakfast when I would make a parfait. And it was one of my go-tos. I was able to incorporate turmeric and a lot of antioxidants into my diet to help nourish me. And so I want to talk a little bit about what nourishment means when you're trying to eat to get well. The concept of nutrient-dense meals, when you see a lot of modern people trying to prepare meals for you, everybody's focusing on macros, 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 macros. Macros are important, but the things that affect yourself are micronutrients. And we start talking about selenium and vitamins and things that get inside of yourself, inside of your cell, to help your body feed itself at a cellular level. The purpose of eating is for your cells to be nourished. I wish I knew then what I know now, but one of the most helpful things that I did for myself to understand my health at a core was being able to understand what I was lacking, what I was deprived in. And on our next episode, we're going to be talking a little bit more on what a nutrient density test is, what it does for you, and how you can get one to better help you understand the best way to eat. Once again, thanks for joining us on episode 6. We look forward to seeing you on our next show. Bye.